Welcome to this live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm giving the people who are going to join me here on the live to, get the notifications and come on. But if you're watching this afterwards, welcome. I am going to do a collective pick a card reading for the May energies. So what's coming in for May, and overall, I'm just gonna try and channel as much as I can. Let me just set things up over here. All right, nice. Let me just quickly see, get everything ready. All right, should be working. Okay. All right. I don't know, Jamie, if you're already here, but thank you so much. I did see it come in. I've put your name on the list. So after I finish the pick a card reading, I'm going to jump in your personal reading. Oh, Kovis is here. Hi, happy Friday. It's Friday. I don't really have like the normal, feelings when it comes to like Friday weekends. I haven't really had that in a long time. Everything kind of just flows together, but there is this energy always in the air when it's Friday. Everybody's just a little bit, you know, just a little bit more energized, just ready to switch up the energy and just, just embrace some you time. All right, so I am going to prepare this pick a card reading, and I'm just going to channel as much as I can, like I said. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been such a long time. I don't know, how long has it been since my last live stream? I don't know, it's been quite a long time. All right, Jamie, good to know. Like I said, I put your name on the list. Thank you so much. Oh, that is amazing, Cobus. Send some of that positive energy here. I love that. Ugh, the ocean. It's just, so healing. There's just something so healing, so grounding about it. All right. All right, everything is set up. Please do so. I would love to see it. Okay, people. First and foremost, divine passion is coming true. And I love when Pallas shows up. She is like the goddess of the volcano. And the thing is, they say, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And I feel like May overall really is, representing this energy. It's after Aries season. We might have got some, inspirations, maybe some nudges and, feelings and pulls and pushes to try something different, try something new. But to really, once tourist season comes in, we are capable of actually putting things into work, putting into motion, but also see what lasts, what type of feeling, Aries is a cardinal sign. So for cardinal signs, it's very necessary to feel that sense of energy coming in, as part of like starting a new relationship or a new friendship or a partnership or changing jobs or whatever way, shape, or form. There needs to be this feeling of it's new, it's fresh, we're starting something, a new idea start to stream, and it's just overall day to day. It's important that some elements of that are implemented into it. But it comes and it goes, and a lot of times, a lot of creators or people in general, when we start something for example, like a deep clean of the house. You see, like a lot of times, you see like videos everywhere of people like, I just started this project and now I'm in the middle of it and I don't want to do it anymore, right? And they have like a full kitchen full of like all the pots and the pans and the cups and the things are spread out on the two the kitchen counter. And you're like, why did I start this again? And now we're coming into May. And this, the things that are still, in your energy and are still like intriguing you, and you kind of want to do a deeper dive on it, or maybe you want to actually really start taking certain things to a next level. Investments. You're ready to, roll up your sleeves and get to work. That is that energy that I'm feeling around May. There's something, and this is not just every May. I feel this just really this year in particular. There's this energy of why not? Like, why not? And a lot of times, and I don't want to say necessary comes with age because it's not for everybody, but a lot of times, you're like, there's a big difference, for example, the way that your brain works when you're in your 20s versus when you actually are in like mid 30s and then, 40s. But there's this big shift happening between 20s and your 30s where a lot of times there are so many, like, there are logical reasons or they are valid reasons, but there are so many reasons why you shouldn't yet, or why it's not the right time, or why, you should wait. There might be a better option. Should we jump on this or not? Should we give up our, like, security for this? It's like all of this energy that is coming through. And it's, there's this frequency that I'm feeling like almost this, how to put that? I feel like it's a wall, but it's almost like a glass wall between you and that dream, between you and that goal, between you and starting that thing and actually expanding yourself. And this glass wall is like you can see it, you could see, like, how to get there, you could create that, but at the same time there's glass wall that's holding you back. And I feel like that is like sort of opening up and being able to step into that space is now like way more possible again. So that's something that I'm feeling for May overall. And I'm going to just create a big card reading now. It's just a side message. I'm also sensing that lifting of that veil, the removing of like that glass wall in between you and where you want to go and what you feel inspired to do, what actually would make you happy or change things for you. That is something in combination with the way you are opening up to looking at things. And I feel in a lot of ways, along the way in our lives, we sometimes make mistakes, we do things differently or whatever. Like, we wish we could have gone back, we wish we could have, and therefore you start wearing the weight of sort of a label of, oh, I tried that before, but I wasn't really good at that, so I'm not gonna like try that again because I don't want to look like I can't, or I don't want to look like a beginner, or it's like all these reasons and little things. But it's starting with like having more grace for yourself and looking at that from a different angle, play and like more playful energy coming in at the same time as well, that helps you get unstuck, because the getting unstuck by itself is the process. You have the talents, you probably have some people you could ask for help or explain things to you, you have the resources, you have the intelligence, the wisdom, the knowledge, but it's the getting unstuck of the phase before I start to try, before I actually am out here doing it, right? That is the process itself. And that's something that I'm feeling we're making like major steps in towards this summer. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the collective energy. Yes. I love that, Cobus. You know. Old souls. All right. I'm gonna create this big card reading now. Let's get started. Welcome to everybody who's joining. Really appreciate it. All right. Awaken presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and of love. It's really good. So you could integrate some of those, you know, spiritual tools and things to maybe help you during this process as well. It's also, I'm hearing like the words of love, the words of love that can actually help you and protect you. It's sometimes someone just reminds you of a part of yourself or something that your grandmother used to say to you, and those words just pop up again. It's like the words of love and protection. I don't know, somebody may actually be praying for you, or it's very powerful. That's what I'm feeling. So that is surrounding you, and sometimes we just forget about it. It's powerful. Today, I kept like things just kept popping up as well. Like I told you guys, like I'm gonna channel throughout this entire reading, even creating it. I'm just gonna channel the messages because I haven't been on here for such a long time. So many things have like built up. You might need to rewatch this reading at one point. That's something that kept showing up. The power of words in general. Be aware of the words you speak. Speak about yourself. Speak towards yourself. Speak, you know, to people, and the energy behind it. Be intentional with your words is what I'm hearing. Be intentional with your words. What do you want somebody to feel? What do you want somebody to do? Either for themselves or, you know, for the situation. It's very important to focus there. Never notice it that before, actually. That's interesting. All right. The way I'm doing my readings and my channeling has really changed since the beginning of 24. Like, it's more progressive, and I'm also going to make some changes to my personal readings, not here on the live. I mean, I always like, I'm super like, you know, improvising when it comes to that, and just let it come as it comes. But when it comes to like my personal readings, I've seen a significant change in the amount of time that you know I'm on, and I just forget about time, and I'm going to make some changes about it, because for me, like I'm right now, I'm offering 30-minute readings, 30-35, and then 60 and plus, you know, readings, also the short ones, and obviously the ones here. But I've just noticed that I'm having a really hard time with the 30-minute readings, to really keep it around that time. Like, it's really challenging, and I think that's because, you know, there's just this progress, and I just need more time and the energy and just to channel. And I feel like I'm cutting off the reading, and I don't really like doing that, so sometimes it is definitely a little bit longer, but therefore I'm like, okay, you gotta go with the flow, you gotta see where things are going. We don't always want to necessarily make certain changes, because, you know, we feel like it should be like, you know, in a 3D way, it should be fitting and it should be for everybody and all of that. But at one point, like, you gotta go with where you're growing towards. And I see a change when it comes to my readings as well. And at one point, like, you try to keep it similar, to stay in the same flow, but the flow is changing. So by you staying in the flow, you naturally kind of sort of change with that. And sometimes it is hard, you know, to change in this position as well, to, you know, when you're always growing and you're always like evolving when it comes to that. So yeah, I'm just opening up more and more towards letting those changes just happening naturally, you know? Like my channel went through so much change since the first day that I, you know, posted my first video in 2018. No, 17, sorry. The end of 2017 it was. So we're coming up to 7 years. Crazy. All right. Let the rambling stop. Gonna get a tarot card to crown these readings. Yes, exactly. And it's funny how we're so like beings of change, but then also resistance towards it at the same time. And then some people are very resistant towards things not changing and things becoming a routine, but therefore that is again, you know, afraid of change. All right. It's coming true for the third group today. I'm hearing on, I'm gonna write it down because I can't start. I'm gonna write that thing down that I got for the third group because, you know, I don't wanna like influence anyone. Okay. It's tough. Yes, it's tough. I know, I get it. Okay, I'll get that one with it. Yes. Sorry, I'm just having a one-on-one with my with spirit guides. They have been waiting for this one, so. All right. Let this month really help you guys like open up your energy, because I keep hearing I feel so boxed in. I just feel so boxed in. So I don't know if that's for someone who's here right now or like someone may watch it afterwards, but that if you have that feeling, I just feel so boxed in, just let this month help you unravel some of the maybe different ways of looking at it, maybe different ways of handling it. Just going with the flow of this, the energy of this month, because it can actually be very beneficial for breaking some barriers and breaking outside of the box, thinking outside of the box. But that feeling of like feeling so boxed in is really like, yeah, it's stopping the energy stream of your creative energy flow, and therefore everything feels like nothing really comes in. I feel like it's important to open up that heart chakra energy this month for life. Just let life in. You know, a lot of times we feel like, oh, we're not ready for like a new relationship, or we just don't want that anymore, don't want partnership, and we think that equals having an open heart or not. You can first start loving life on, you know, and opening up to life and things and beauty and just enjoying and seeing and feeling and touching and tasting the beauty of life itself. It doesn't have to be only sourcely directed onto one or multiple people. You know, it can be, it's much more than that. Your love is a frequency and an energy that will also reflect back to you through the mirror of life. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That was a side message for someone. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna start off obviously with the first group. Take a moment if you want to pause the reading, pause the live stream. Just take a moment if you need a little bit longer to decide which group you feel drawn towards the most today. Could be 2, 3, maybe even, like who knows. Sometimes I have that myself. But yeah, just start off with 1. Hey Natasha, welcome. So glad that you can join. How you doing? How has life been for you? Well, that's good to hear. I love that. Oh, by the way, I'm just quickly checking PayPal because I'm making my list. Um, Thank you so much. I'll add your name to the list. If you guys who are here would like to have a personal reading after I finish this one, the information about that is in the description box. I have 2 people on my list right now, so there is some more space for tonight. Yes, I am. I am. I'm definitely starting to feel a lot better. Slowly but surely. It's just been a whirlwind of energies with the high highs and the low lows, but it's okay. Just going with the flow. It definitely is helping me to, you know, do my work, upgrade, the new version for the collective. All right, let me just quickly read the message from Cobus. Get to comfort routine. Yes. And there's also there's this obviously Cobus, when it comes to that, like there's also this beauty of the balance, feeling a sense of contentment with the life you've built and the investments you've made and the rewards that you've reaped from those. And a lot of times, you know being comfortable and content is also a luxury. And I think to find the balance between staying open and also not holding on to it but allowing it to just surround you as long as it's supposed to. Once you start to force something to stay, that's actually when you can sense that resistance towards the change. It's like a balancing act. Yeah. And that's the thing. I said that this morning as well. I was talking to, my Capricorn best friend. And I said that this morning in exactly those words, when obviously it's the most standard thing to say, go with the flow. But I said it in such a way where I was like, just like think about it. It's like just go with it for now, you know. And it was such in a way where I really had the pause moment of always, when you're have experience with being able to transmute energies and transmute your emotions, and also read into them and take some moments and some time, like, okay, I'm feeling like this, but why am I feeling like this, or how can I make myself feel more at peace, and how can I make myself not feel this anxious or not do this, and always having like this remedy of, oh, this is an emotion and I'm going to, like, transmute that into this. And just because you're capable of doing it, or have certain routine things where you won't let that go too far, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to go with that flow. That if you're feeling those energies, you are, that's just as much a part of life. You're allowed to have a morning where you may be triggered pretty quickly, and it's okay. you know, it's not necessarily something we have to like hide from or run away from at the same time, or question ourselves or our well-being, like, oh, I got super triggered this morning, so there must be something wrong with me. And that's the thing, sometimes it's just the energy, sometimes it's a part of you that steps forward for a couple hours, maybe even a couple days. And then, yes, of course, we need to monitor it, like, keep an eye on it, that it's not going to be destructive or self-destructive in whatever way, shape, form, but to not be always, at peace and calm and super like collected like that. It's okay. Just go with it. Just go with it. And I feel like the less resistance and the more nurturing we are of that energy. And I mean it in a sense of, sometimes we're like super anxious and like hyper energy, and then we're trying to make ourselves read a book or meditate, and now we can't feel this high level of energy. We should be calm, we should be collective. So therefore you're trying to transmute that. I'm just giving a little bit of an extra side note because, you know, um it's not that necessarily. It's just like, oh, you have like a lot of like high energy. Okay, energy source like high. Go do something, an activity that meets that heart rate or that frequency. If your mind is like super like all over the place, give it something to focus on, not just one thing, not just in silence in the back with a book. No, give it something that it's like, maybe like even a game or something, like a memory game. Like you see all these images, you have to remind it, like give it something to do. And therefore, you go with the flow. We're not trying to stop the flow from flowing, right? We're not trying from high up energy, super like, little bit hype maybe, to like super calm and peaceful, because that's the state we should be in. That's the forcing. That's going with the flow. And it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know? All right. That's just something that I wanted to express. And now I'm definitely going to get into this because I can't read it. All right. I knew this was going to be something. This is not for everybody. Like, I am definitely going with the flow when it comes to these messages because I said it earlier on. I'm just channeling on the go. I've been on here for 26 minutes. And I think 85% it's been just pure channeling today. It's a mess. It's okay. All right, let's focus on the first group. If you haven't picked a deck yet, like I said, you could pick two, maybe even like all three, but like all one. If you need more time, you can pause it, whether you're live or afterwards. And I'm gonna get started. Thank you, Natasha. That's a really great compliment. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's see. First group. I feel like you guys are about to do something unconventional, is what I'm hearing. Not really a word that I use all the time, so unconventional. It's like not like you, but maybe it is, but it's maybe not so like you. And you're going to I see somebody looking over a cliff and like literally looking like, it is high, but there is water and I know how to swim. Should I give it a go? Like that energy is what I'm feeling. I'm sensing this cliff energy, like looking over. It won't hurt if I just look, right? Like just playing around with some ideas. All right, let's see what the card is. Ooh, the Hierophant. I love that. Taurus energy. You have, ooh, the Witch energy. I love that. Lord Shiva is coming through, and you have the Eight of Action. I love how this is all like sort of balancing itself together. It says, I wasn't always like this. I had to create who I am. Creatrix, lotus flower, and free will. I wasn't always like this. I had to create who I am. And we do. I love how this create energy is coming up, because with the Hierophant and combination of that is the level of commitment that you have towards creating your story. And a lot of times in your story, I'm seeing like this director right now, and the director who's trying to create a film out of a book, and therefore the words are the words, and often the character names are the character names. That's all given, right? Like those are like little elements where, well, big elements, quite bigly, big elements to creating the movie, and you're trying to do the best possible job you can do to bring that book to life on film. And therefore you take something that lives in people's mind's eye out of that into the material world for people to view it. And the thing is, I think the challenge of creating a movie out of a book is every single person who've read that book has its own particular way they saw this character. Unless there is like a lot of different details written about this character, like she had long blonde hair all the way on, on her thighs or whatever, like she had, like, whatever, like brown eyes, and they changed color, and it's like, oh, that's so obviously with all the details, like, yeah, we have a kind of similar viewpoint on a character. But then again, the director also has to trust in the way he or she views that character and bring it to life based on their own mind's eye vision. And that's the thing, what I'm feeling around this thing. Life throws things at you, and a big chapter of your life, so especially like from the age from 0 to like 10 or 11, kind of everything is almost like determined for you, like who your parents are, how they decide to sort of raise you, and certain rules or non-existing rules, very strict, not so strict, bad time rituals, like all of this, like your childhood memories and all of that. Those are things you can't go back and like erase. Some of them, some of us had like a lot of like self-love and self-awareness instilled in us at a very young age, and others of us learned how to become beautiful, very overly people-pleasing beings because of the way that life was structured in that time, and how we had to be super hyper aware of the energy around us instead of it serving us. But those are just the character, those are just certain points in the book. You decide what you create, the movie you create, how you bring from something from the mind's eye within you into the physical world. And that's something that I'm seeing with you guys, that you start to have this moment where, like the director as well, the director cannot and will not be able to create a vision into, like, on screen basically, that will be appreciated by every single viewer that's watching the movie and who's read the book, because it might not be in alignment with what they saw in their mind's eye, and so it doesn't connect, and therefore they sort of discard themselves from that. That's with us as well. We can't please everyone. We can't make everyone happy. We cannot make everyone proud. And a lot of times, at best, is that we get at least respect from people. When it comes to, like, I don't understand why you would want to do this with your life, or why you want to go try it, or why you would even want to go and change these things. But I respect your choices, and I don't really understand them, but I respect them. And that is something as well, that is basically the main energy that I'm feeling, is that you guys stepping into a space where you're like, okay, switch off. I need to trust what I want to create with this book, or what I envision to create. That is important, because the director at one point has to lean on its own vision, because if you ask every single person who've read the book, you will never get to like one vision of creating it. You won't. So basically, that is something that is like a new season that is coming for you guys, here. Or maybe a season you're already in, and this is a confirmation for that. It's the commitment, making the commitment to picking that vision and working towards it, doing that thing, discovering it more and more, and then committing. Maybe it's a recommitment in some way, shape, or form. Here we have Lord Shiva is coming through as well. It says, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. So it's you and what you're guided to do, and the connection between those two things, and not like what you and your neighbor might think and your brother said to you last summer, and you know what your uncle used to always have this envision for you, or your best friend kind of wants you to stop or start doing with her together or whatever. Like, it's a lot, and you won't be able to keep up, you know, or create something that will, be in alignment with all of that. But it needs to be in alignment with your higher sense of self, with your mind's eye, your vision, and it needs to make sense to you. And being able to let that be guidance enough for this season you're in, that is by itself the progress, and gets you forward and brings about these opportunities and this growth within you and within your life. We also have Eight of Action, which is the Eight of Wands. Therefore, I'm saying like that by itself the progress, and then things are starting to move really quickly and being created from that space really quickly as well. It says there's so much going on right now that it may feel overwhelming to you. And yet, it is wonderful to be so busy with the work that you love. Express gratitude for the blessings of heaven that are taking up your time. Even if life feels challenging, if you're asked to travel and take a flight, then do so with confidence. Beautiful. It's the gratitude. It's embracing it. You can be, for example, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, I've done so much work. I'm so grateful. I'm tired from work that I actually love to do, and it's getting me into like a next phase in my life. It's like it doesn't have to be the perfect thing you want to keep on doing for next year, but you're grateful that you're taking another step. It's the way you're looking at it, embracing it. You're not, I'm hearing whining. I don't know why that word pops up, but you're not whining when you're like, oh, I'm tired, you know? It's like, I'm just tired. And a lot of times we're like, yeah, well, you should be grateful because you got this amazing job, or you got the this, or you got that, you got this opportunity, but like, now you're tired. That's not something negative. We can be grateful that we are actually tired because we're capable of spending all our times and energies into building this thing we're trying to build. If you're building a new house, that's super stressful. Yes, you're grateful that you have the means to do so, and finally your dream home and all of that, but it's also stressful. It's and therefore we're grateful. I'm grateful for this stress because that means that I am investing my time and energy in creating and building something meaningful. It's just adding to the party, not neglecting a side of yourself. And that's creating who you are. We're not trying to neglect certain pivotal moments that happen in our lives and things that were chosen for us. Or maybe our higher self chose for us, who knows? But therefore we not have to act like it never happened. Or we don't have to let that divine, it's like our entire being either. It can be a tool, it can be a part of. It can be the reason why you need quiet Sunday mornings, because you need your nervous system to calm down. And therefore it can also serve you. There's many ways of looking at it, and it makes you unique and special. It's your life, it's your story, it's what you want to do, and what your mind's eye is, want you to create into this physical realm, so we can watch that movie happening. All right, beautiful pile one. I'm gonna quit now because otherwise, it won't be fair for the rest of the group, the other groups. But I really like this one. Really like this one. And also get a massage if that's something you're into. Get a massage. Because these shoulders, there's a lot of tension. Group number one. All right. I did do a quite an intense workout this morning, so it might be just be me, but it just came off. It just popped up real quick. Yeah, yeah, massage. Amen. Hi, Candace. You're here. Welcome. So glad you caught me. You caught me alive. All right. That was group number one. I'm gonna head over into number two. Take a quick sip. And after that, I'm heading over into, or group number three comes after this one. And then I'm heading over to the personal sides of this reading. All right. Let me just channel for a moment for you guys. It's like you guys are the underdog. Normally, you guys are quite pivotal out there. I feel like you guys are a little bit MIA. Might be on, vacation somewhere. It's just like, or like, you're at the library working on something. You're like, you didn't show up for office today. Like you are there, you're working, but you're not there. It's like the guy or the girl or the woman or the man or whatever that has that is in the Zoom call, but has their camera isn't on. They're there, but they're not there. They're not like, oh, I'm gonna let you see my face and stuff today. You hear my voice, but that's it. you know that's an energy I'm sensing around group number two. You guys are just trying to stay under the radar. It's like the tree, instantly, deck number one, it was out there. Three, I already written down a couple of messages for that one because I wanted to instantly start talking. But two is like, oh, I'm just here. We're just taking it in, not really jumping to conclusions, don't really want too much attention. It's just life, flowing with it. So let's see what else it has to say, because you guys are maybe like trying to hide something, sweep some stuff on the rock. So let's see what the rock is. Let's expose some stuff. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Okay. Let's see. Group number two. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. This is a tough one because how to explain this one? They're showing me this image and they just want me to use it as an analogy, like not really necessary that is literally what happened, but I could understand that. I'm not married myself, just saying, but as a collective we have some knowledge of weddings and marriages and stuff like that, or long lasting relationships, which I do have experience with, just not the marriage part, and especially the wedding. The wedding is such a thing. Not in all countries, but in a lot of countries, especially for example the States, it's a thing. It's like, oh, you have all these traditions, and like it's the proposal, and then you have like the announcement of the engagement, and then you have like, the day itself, and you work towards it, and you work towards it, and you work towards it. And there's so much like details, or it depends on what type of wedding you're having, but let's say like a regular wedding where it's like it's a lot, like the flowers, and then you have a girl that needs to like hold the flowers maybe, and you have the rings and the things and the food, everything. um you do all that, you work your way up towards this big day, this grand moment, and it's over before you know it. Like you blink twice, I can imagine. You blink twice and it's gone. Everybody who ever had like organized a party or an opening or whatever, like you blink twice, it's gone. And then obviously, when it comes to like a wedding, a lot of times people go after that. They go on vacation. They go on this, getaway. But then even if you don't go instantly on like your your vacation, then I can imagine that after such a big day, after so much energy build up, the day after and the days after that, and you no longer have to constantly have like 16 different things on your mind to make sure and double check for the big day. I can understand there's this feeling of, I don't know, emptiness or not sure, or this after wedding blues. I don't think a lot of people might talk about that. Do I don't know, anybody here married, like having that experience? I could understand that feeling, that might be a part of it, because you're like so, and then the marriage starts. Obviously you get the marriage, but it's just the build up, and then at the aftermath. Um, that's an energy that I'm sensing. It's like you get super excited about something or you invest into something, and then it's like, maybe it wasn't exactly as you expected, or maybe it's like, oh well, the new has worn off. It's not so special anymore. I'm just not so excited about it anymore. Just like, yeah, it's nice and I'm happy, but like, I just don't feel so happy about it, and I miss that feeling. I want to feel excited. I want to feel like, something feels new and fresh, and nothing feels special anymore. And that's the energy that I'm getting. So I'm going to park that, because maybe that's just for a group, you know, inside the pile number 2 group. But there's this other message that's coming through. They're saying, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. This is also something that happens with people who are awakening, having their spiritual awakening. Maybe first go through like a really long term or short term, but a very intense term. Dark night of the soul. And a lot of times there is kind of where that reawakening starts. It doesn't have to be, could, progress over time. But this feeling of or this euphoric feeling where you're like, colors look more bright and taste different, and I have like all of a sudden this insight, and I don't feel sad like this anymore, and I understand it now, and I connect it, and the birds and the trees and everything feels so good, and there's this high, a spiritual high that you get on your journey. Sometimes it comes and it goes and it comes, but the moment it's there, things make sense. You feel that level of oneness really strongly. And comes in different levels, but the feeling of losing that, or being in a stage, in a phase, of your spiritual journey where you go back a little bit into the other side, like you're doing some other shadow work, or something is maybe like triggered, and you sort of like try to hold on to that really good feeling and the making sense and the connection with the oneness. But we're not always supposed to live there. That's a place where we visit, we come, and we need to continue to learn and grow and evolve on all sides of the human emotional spectrum, of the emotions, of the spectrum of the emotions. Very interesting way of putting that, but you understand. Um, so it's like, I'm hearing like, I know it's crazy, but I just wish that I could. Like, I understand why I can or why it's not like that, but I just wish that I could. Like, it's like, it's this feeling. And you guys understand that, because that's why I kind of want to sweep it or under the rug of like, I understand that this, I get the reasoning behind things, and I understand, this life and it happens that way, but I just want to complain for a little bit. I just don't want to. I just don't feel like it's like right now. It's like, I am grateful, but can I just express some stuff? It's that going back and forth a little bit. They say it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. Return home, lessons and realizations. Okay, I'm gonna read the message from the angel card, because it's like an extra message. It says, you've accomplished a great deal in your life, and you have much to be proud of. Now it's the time to decide what is next for you. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. Be the real you. I do think in this card, and it's you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. I feel this also on top of that is an energy depleted from that sense of like contentment of that comes, emotional contentment and connection that comes and fulfillment. True feeling like it makes sense. It means something. It's a purpose thing. I don't know what it is. Like it comes from that. And they're allowing you to like sort of go through this, and then you step into this space because you understand that if you can feel that level of connection to it, the money, the thing, it just doesn't mean anything. You can have it, but meh, you know, it's not how you want to feel. You know, it's like, for example, when it comes to like making money and all of that, yeah, it's a part of life because things cost money, you know, they just do. um, but if if you just do any job just because of the money, a lot of people have like a strong sense of purpose, and they know like they haven't maybe found it yet, but they know that it's there, and they just have to discover it, and then just step into that space. They just can't stay in those spaces too long where the only thing that it provides is the financial stability, you know, it provides. It just depletes your energy at one point because you understand that you need that sense of purpose and that sense of connection in order for your life source energy to go up and up and up, and for you to feel connected to anything around you, and to love, and to have an open heart, and all of those things is important because there's a missing key. And so I don't think, because it's like almost like a nudging feeling, and like it's a great job, it's a great this, it's a great that, I should be happy, why I'm not happy. I don't think you should sweep that feeling under the rug. I don't think it's necessarily like, you know, um, overthinking or something you should like not feel, or something that says that you're ungrateful. But no, I think it's actually that feeling that like no, you know that there is something more out there for you that you're supposed to be doing, that you're supposed to feel, you're supposed to have, create. And don't be afraid to step into that. They're saying like be the real you. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Don't be distracted what people taught you how to feel, how to think, what to do, what to say. You know, it's like you're doing the exact same thing, but it just doesn't taste the same. It's like there's a lot of times with like recipes, like you take someone's recipe, you do exactly the same thing as they do, exactly the same thing. It just doesn't taste the same. It just doesn't taste the same because it's like it's that. It's like they just cook it up. They have like a certain pan they use, or they have like this way of like connecting to the food. The energy is in the food. That's why it tastes different. It's the way they like to like switch stuff around like 6 times in plats instead of like 2 times that you know are normal times. It's just the little things. It's just a uniqueness that you bring to the table that makes things hit different. You've got some unique talents within you. Don't sweep those under the rug. It's okay. Be seen. Be the real you. Open up. Open up. All right. I'm going to head over to the last group. Thank you so much, group number 2, for joining. I hope that made sense. That message connected to some of you. All right. One group left for tonight. And then I'm heading over to the personal readings. If you would like a personal reading, I believe there is still some space on my list. You can find the information in the description box. All right. Now, the moment the deck has been waiting for, because it started talking the moment I I started shuffling for you guys for group number 3. All right, here we go. First and foremost, Judgment jumped out for you guys as an extra additional card. So, I It's like I'm hearing be loud and be proud. You know, it's be loud and be proud. It's like some element of life of something that you used to maybe like neglect a little bit or like not talk about a lot, kept private, behind the scenes, are now kind of sort of coming out. With judgment here, it's like it's the end of a cycle and the opening of a new one, but it's the one that we are um, ready to step into, and therefore the universe like, yes, you're getting it, you're doing it, you're getting into this next, season basically. So the channel message that came through for group number 3 was unspoken words. So, unspoken words. I'm also hearing spoken words, meaning that you have spoken word art, beautiful way of um, just expressing poetry and things like that. I really enjoy spoken word. Not everything, but then again, not all music is for everybody either. But I've seen some spoken word things live as well. Like went out to go and see some of that, and just got so pleasantly surprised by certain people and the way they are capable of expressing words and so much emotion and intention behind it. But I feel I want to express it because I feel like some of you may overthink those words too much or what is not said. And that's the thing, is like it's reading between the lines. You're reading between the lines. Maybe some of you are actually going over something that happened to you or a situation with somebody, and you keep on going and playing it over and over. It's like, it's like, why did that happen? Like, or didn't I see that right? Or maybe that's already what was happening back then. Like going over it, like playing this thing over and over, like, where did I miss it? Where did I not see it? Or something like that. It was about words unsaid as well. Trying to find if maybe you did say those words or you showed it to somebody. For some of you, it's actually maybe somebody you've lost along the way, because it's like there's things to be said, but what do you choose to say? It's like uh, in like the ceremony, it's like you could tell so many different things about this person, but what do you choose to say? Is it then good enough? Like overthinking it maybe a little bit as well. It's just a lot. And I'm switching it around, maybe a little bit lighter as well. Let's keep it also a little bit light. They're showing me like a dating profile, like what do I say? you know and I was like, what do you put in here? Yeah, I don't know. Just be you. Okay. um just going I'm just going with that, because when I wanted to add the tarot cards on it, I wanted to choose, but they were like, oh, I'm shy, I don't know. I want to, but I don't know. Like that's the energy the deck gave me for you guys, so I don't know what you're hesitant about. Could make a forward about, I don't know, just like you're not sure. And it's also because you care a lot. You care because you want to do it good, or you want to do it perfect, or you don't want to like disappoint you, or you feel like this might be a one-time shot type of an opportunity thing. I don't know. Like I'm going to do it. I'm going to open up these cards now. All right. I knew it. Oh, I'm not laughing at you guys. It's just it's just the irony of it all. Because I was feeling this. We were so strong. Oh, okay. 8 of Swords. Yeah. Not sure about. Not, a lot of obstacles in the way. Let's see what else. But it's a mental trap. It happens in the mind. Ooh. Okay. Darling, don't you remember you are a badass? keep winging it. The fairy blessings flow, magical energy. So this definitely, like, the universe is trying to awaken you out of this state. No need to be shy, no need to not be sure, no need to doubt yourself, no need to like throw all these stones, you know, in front of you. It's like are here to hype you up. Diana, focused intention, and the Nine of Swords. Oh, Lord. I mean, I like the fact we went from the 8 into the 9, even though the 9 is a little gnarly, but then we're moving into the 10, and after that, we're completing this energy. Invest in yourself as well. I'm sensing like this energy of like you might need to spend some money in order to like get yourself into a higher level. Sometimes investing in ourselves, especially financially, um, is a energy boost at the same time for our confidence and for our sense of self. Like I trust that if I invest into getting myself in those courses, that my natural talent and the things that I was born with are developed more, and therefore I can put it to use and do this with it and do that with it. I don't have those things for no reason. You have those talents and those skills for a reason, is what I'm hearing. So that this is a balancing act that I'm feeling with this deck. And now money is coming back. Okay, so the money you have to spend, it's coming back threefold because it's coming over the thumb right into the right hand. So it comes out, it comes back in. Invest into yourself, it comes back threefold. That's what I keep on hearing. Oh, this deck, it's really intense. Okay, let me just focus. Like Diana is saying, she says, focus intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. This is a manifesting energy. You gotta believe that you can do it. You have a good shot. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. Okay? And it's not happening because you're failing, because you're not good enough, because we need to like reflect all of that back to our sense of self-worth and, you know, abilities and all of that. No, it's like, trust the universe. I show up, you do the work, you invest in yourself, you invest time and energy, you speak up. That's the most important thing. Not about the results that we're getting. It's not about what the words are set back. It's a very important part of this deck. It's the words you don't say. So the words that were left unspoken because of certain reasons. Dive deeper into that. Analyze it a little bit. It's the truth. It's your truth that you don't express because maybe you're afraid of someone's opinion about your truth. That's always your truth. That can't be affected by someone's opinion on that truth. But being afraid that if you step into a space where, okay, I'm seeing something super random, but I'm gonna just share it. See, somebody is painting in their gallery, in their, you know, the art gallery, whatever they are painting in their studio. Let's put it that way, their art studio. And you have like, your painting is safe there, you know, it's, you're the only person often, you know, who enters that space. It's your stuff. You can keep it safe from harm. You're the only eyes. Your eyes are the only eyes that's seeing it, unless you like do, you know, share the progress on social media. Who knows? But then, what if you have like this art gallery who's like, hey, can we like show your painting? Love your art. You know, it's like, yes, of course, great opportunity. Not only are, you know, other people's eyes and all of that going to be on that painting, but it's also going to be in a more vulnerable state where if somebody wants to do like, I don't know, like an action or something, right? It's like they like sometimes ruin art or whatever they do. Can be affected by other people's actions and things like that. And to, and that's what they're showing me. I feel like you're not as fragile as you might think. And the thing is, the painter who created that painting can recreate the painting. But it's not about that. It's about continuing to create and grow and change. And therefore, when the painting is finished, it is of the world, right? It is of the world. So focus on where you want to go, how you want to feel, how you want to see certain things. And then remember that you have those wants and needs because they're perfectly personally designed for you. What you want, what you desire most in this world may be already in the in like the what do you call that? Like the garage of your neighbor, like who knows? If your neighbor has a garage, who knows? And not even looking at it. It's your desires, your things, it's the perfectly personally designed for you. Because that is where, if you have that desire, you work towards it, you learn along the way the things that your soul wants to learn and grow into. So this is, certain things need to be addressed. I'm gonna end the reading with this card. It says, stop being so hard on yourself and turn your thoughts towards the positive energy. There's no need to worry. Anticipating the worst is not helpful. Know that heaven will provide a solution. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or anxiety over a challenge in your life, release the problem to your angels. They're letting you know help is all around you. You're not doing this by yourself. You're not doing this alone. This is you co-creating over here with you, with the universe, with your higher self. Just do things that boost your confidence. And it's not about just only what you look like and all of that. No. Like, look at certain things. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself. You have so many things to be proud of. Magic. Think about what you desire and set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. That's what they're asking twice of you. Don't anticipate the worst. Expect the best possible outcome. It's manifestation on 10. Hone. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that was group number 3. I hope that there was something in there for you guys if I'm watching live. And for the people who watch this afterwards, of course. Let's see. I need a moment. Those, that one went real deep. Definitely. If this is the new channeling, I'm gonna need 2 naps before I do a live stream. Oh no, I'm kidding. Am I? No. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I'm gonna quickly double check PayPal. All right, Candace, thank you so much. Put your name on the list as well. All right, let's begin because I don't know, Jamie, are you in the chat right now? Because you were the first one. You already donated before the stream starts. And I love that because it gives me opportunity to, make the list beforehand. All right. I need something to drink. Jamie, if you're in the live stream right now, could you send me your question? Let's see what's coming in for you. All right, great. If you could send me a question. I'm just quickly gonna set some stuff up. All right. Hi, Revener. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. How have you been? Sorry, I just took a sip of a drink and it was stuck in my throat a little bit. Okay. Let me see. You have already turned in research paper. Okay. So you're asking basically like, you know, how it will be received, your research paper. I'm instantly getting this energy of your professor was like very air sign energy. I'm just saying. Very air sign energy. Has a very conventional way of like motivating its students as well. So I'm not gonna read your professor right now because they're allowing me to like read into him, and he is not giving me permission to do that. But there's this energy around him as how he shows up in the world is how to put that without giving too much away. I don't know if necessarily is a type of person who would like instantly give like the highest points rates, you know, because there's, oh, what if there's something even better, then I cannot give it more points, right? Like a little bit of that overthinking energy. But let me see. I'm gonna get that card with it. The energy and a message. Okay, let's see what comes in. It says, okay, it says give to the mind and it gives back inspiration, mood, and cycle. The mind, your mindset around this, you know, is very important. Like your mindset around this. It's like when you stand behind something, that's the most important thing. Are you proud of what you've achieved? Are you like, did you feel like you went to like the deep end in order to get all the information in order to do something and create something that you're proud of? That is something that is really important around this. You got to send in that energy, Jamie. Like you really have to send in that energy, because that not only, you know, that is that energy that I'm feeling is coming true, because that will be projected back to you as well. It says give to the mind and it gives back. Give to the mind and it gives back. That's the plans that you see right there in your manifestation energy. So that's something that came true. Yes. Sounds like an air sign to me. And she has a little bit of like a masculine energy. Not that she is a masculine, but she comes up as like a divine masculine when it comes to work. She doesn't play. Okay? Well, that's literally what you said. Sorry, but she doesn't. That's something I wanted to say, you know. Yes, but that comes through actually, really, truly, standing behind your work. Not necessarily only like, oh, this would look good in those eyes, you know, that whatever. It's like you're intrigued into something, you want to go and do research, and you know, you create this research paper, and you gotta stand behind that. Like, no, I took the time, I invested time and energy. And that's how you, like, also moving forward with anything when it comes to school. It's like, yes, of course you need to get certain points, and yes, of course this and that, and not everything will intrigue you, and there's like a bigger purpose for you of being there, and it's not gonna like always interest you and all of that, you know. But that's the thing. Once again, the no play energy, that's, you know, what you're sending to me in the chats popping up. Exactly that. Like, staying serious about how you show up in this, and therefore you got your own back in this battle, you know, with this 5 of Wands. It's like, that's the main thing that you should focus on. It's making yourself proud, looking in the mirror and thinking, yeah, you know what, of course, like, with the circumstances that you've been giving in the student phase of your life, it's like, you gave it what you had, you invested what you could invest, you went the little bit of the extra mile, not only in order for it to come back to you in a good, great energy, but also in a way of like, I'm proud, I'm good, you know. You got your own back when it comes to that, and therefore you stand firmer, and that energy will stand off. That energy will stand up because there's this level of confidence within you. It's not about being confident and like, because that's, my chest just went up, so it's like, you know, sometimes people can like, with the chin up, it's like, you know, I don't see you, I'm above you. And I won't take, because that's not a good energy when it comes to learning as well. Like, with the chin up, you know, obviously not your head down, but head straight. You're looking at who you're having a conversation with, or someone. It's in the receiving energy, right? That's the thing. It's a beautiful balancing act of knowing that you have certain knowledge and that you did the certain work and you showed up, but also staying open for improvement, because that's what you're there to do. Learn, grow, you know? It's not about knowing it all and therefore you're good in a certain class. It's about being open, having a natural like interest or all of that investment into it, but also being proud of when you've overcome certain things, when you learn new things, and that is the most important thing. And of course, it is hard to balance that, but once again, that's the purpose of balancing. It's the two opposites that kind of, you know, both are able to be feel seen and heard, but also have to make compromises with each other. Therefore, there is this balance. It's, yeah, it is often about very loud about point systems and things and all of that, but at the same time, don't lose sight of the other side of the scale, because then the balance is off. So that's therefore, you know. You know, you decide that, letting you know, I wake up. I don't know if sleeping in class is the way to go, but that's you. You do you. I don't know. Maybe you know, you absorb more information through your subconscious. I don't know your style, but I don't know. Let's see. But it's good that you're open for growth and then you ask the questions. That's the thing. And also, you know, type of questions you ask shows something. Look at that. You have the 9 of Cups energy. So you will be alright when it comes to this, because you're getting a yes and a King of Cups energy, Jamie. Oh, okay now. You have the King of Pentacles with the 9 of Wands, then your 4 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. There is this energy, and that's why, you know, that's why they wanted me to tap into that before I actually put the rest of the cards down, because when I look at, like, you know, the surrounding of, you know, what's surrounding you, you will have moments where you invest and all of that and create things, and you have the recognition, you get the good grades, and you get, you know, all of that. But then you have the fourth surge, so then you have some period of time where you can actually relax and breathe, and here you are sleeping in class, you know. um and it's good because at the same time, you know, you still are achieving the things you need to do. You do what you're supposed to do, but there's this energy that is underlining when the Nine of Wands. It's like your resistance towards something, you know. There's this resistance towards this underlining energy, and that is life experience, something that you've experienced, something that you feel you need to achieve, you know. This goes back a little bit to what I said earlier on in the pick a card readings. Okay, you know, just that energy. Give it 1 minute. Okay, basically what I was picking up on, some of us, you know, we get born and we really have like this great support system where we grow up in, like they stimulate us in the right ways, and you know, are being praised for certain things, are being, like, you know, instilled with self-confidence, but also self-love and awareness and all of that. And others of us like complete opposite, right? So if you come into your adult life and you have had the opposite energy, and you have had a instillment of you always need to do more, you have to something to prove, people have a certain opinion about you or have projected fears on you, to overcome that, even if on the earthly realm everything is like, you know, going good, going well, this feeling that is always double questioning and double asking, you know, basically questioning yourself and your abilities, even though around you you see the improvement and you see the growth and you see the change. But then there's this underlining energy of feeling like, you know, what some people can call imposter syndrome a little bit here and there. So there is something underlining that you can definitely still grow a lot in, and it can definitely just continue to be very beneficial for you to achieve these things. I mean, when it comes to you achieving things, like you're set, you're good to go. It's just, it's more enjoyable, it's more it's less stressful if this underlining energy isn't necessarily the only fuel for that. So that is where they want me to go with this for you. I hope that was helpful, Jamie. And yeah, I'm just curious about this, but I'm not gonna, you know, spill all the tea and all of that. It's just like, that's just an underlining energy, and I just wanted to make you aware and you know where it might fit for you. All right, I'm gonna get one more card. Sign that one out. Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Beautiful. Rise above it. Move into your true self, what you truly want, who you truly are. Instead of maybe a little bit like how you want the world to see and view you and reflect back to you. That could be a part of it, but it shouldn't be the dominating, you know, the dominator facts, basically. Okay, I hope it was helpful for you, Jamie. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to head over to Natasha. It's your turn. Oh, let me just quickly check. Let me see. I'm sorry. If I have your question on PayPal. Just literally have my wash day today, so my hair is long. uh, let me see. Why is it tripping like that? Let me see. Fix it. All right. You love this. Okay. Natasha, are you in the chat right now? Because then I'm gonna do your reading. Let me see if it comes in. Brendan, I'm all for like being open and sharing and stuff, but you know, it's just what it is. But thank you for sharing your story with us, but it's also a little bit distracting when it comes to the personal reading. So, but thank you for joining. All right. No, Natasha, are you in the chat right now? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Same to you. All right, the moon. Okay. Natasha, are you in the chat right now? Sometimes it takes some time for the messages to come through, but I'ma just keep on calling your name, and otherwise I'll first do Candace if Candace is still here. Let me see. What's the last time? I love that. All right. Well, I'm gonna give Natasha one, like, just like a little bit longer, and otherwise I'll head over to your reading, Candace. Let me just quickly check if you send me a question over on PayPal. No. Could you all I don't want to like interrupt your vacuum and cleaning. But if you could send me your question in the chat, Candace, in a little bit. Then if Natasha isn't here, then I can start with your reading first. All right. One. I'm just quickly double checking something. See, this is this. All right, Candace, sorry. I'm gonna start with your reading. I'm gonna put this aside because I don't feel like that is connected to you just yet. But are you doing something with something connecting to like facial yoga or something like that, what they call like with the geisha stone or something like that? Or there's something that they might letting you know, because I don't know if you like clench your teeth, you know, your jaw, maybe, when you sleep or something, because I'm sensing something around that muscle, like the muscle tension, maybe in your jaw, or maybe that's something that you used to deal with, and now you're doing some stuff to, you know, let them drain the fluids basically from, like, you know, your skin. So I don't know if like you've been really focusing on skincare routines and things like that, but that's like something that they kept showing me, like making those, you know, obviously you can't see my face right now, but it's like, you know, making those moves and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe I don't know, like I'm hearing like date night energy, like when you get ready and when you things, like I don't know, like you're taking up this spring energy, or there's something you're being guided to do, like just this spring season, just cleansing and changing some stuff, and I don't know, maybe get a haircut or something, like freshening up your roots, like stuff like that. That's an energy I'm feeling. Well, and that's what you're being guided to do, like invest into you and your health, and you know, self-love and care. So that is something that's coming true. It's refreshing, cleansing yourself of having something divine you, right? You know, experience something that may have taken place and may have like affected you along the way, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, you know. Yes. Oh, okay, yes. Yes, there's like some tension in your jaws. That's something that I was feeling. So a geisha stone can actually really help with that. Just make sure that you have like a right facial oil that you use in combination with that, because yeah, it's important that you don't like pull your skin too much. You know, it just glides over the skin. But it actually is nice for muscle relaxation, and I do it too. So I know the feeling. All right, let's see what else coming through for Candace. I'm hearing it's not the right deck, so okay, it's this one. Yes, I knew I had to pick up this deck. I haven't touched it in quite some time. But I put it on a table and I knew I was going to use it at one point, and it's your reading. Okay, great. All right, first and foremost, Four of Cups and the High Priestess energy. Interesting. I'm going to get like 2-3 cards with that, because it's like there's a message behind it. And I'm going to like jump into it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Makes sense. Makes sense. Beautiful. All right. I keep hearing back on the market, back on the market. I don't know what that is, you know. I'm gonna just put it out there because I keep hearing it and they won't leave me alone with it. So back on the market. I don't know if you are. Are you on back on the market? Are you thinking about being back on the market? Do you miss the feeling of being back on the market? I don't know. Is it something you're going back and forth about? That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put this there, here. Okay, so first and foremost, what I'm sensing is I'm just one second. You know, when it comes to certain things, it's like you have natural born talents and things. And everybody, everybody has their own set of skills and things in the world, and certain things are like super like out there and like are really appreciated and instantly like recognized, a lot, for example, when it comes to someone who, is like, I don't know, like insanely beautiful and gorgeous, and that's like really, you don't know, maybe they don't have really anything else going for them, but like it's just insane. Like when you look at, like, they have this eye color, there's this thing, it's like just eccentric, and instantly the world responds a certain way to that, right? And maybe they also have other things, like maybe they're also smart and all of that, but it's like a certain gift and a talent, right? That gets you certain things and responded from the world, and therefore it puts you into certain places, and obviously it's debatable, comes with a lot of ups and downs, but it's a certain things and gift that you get, the gift of beauty, the gift of, femininity, whatever, um, that has that you can put to use in some way, shape, or form, because we get gifts and stuff like that. When it comes to certain gifts that are more like hidden beneath the surface, but therefore also have an effect on you in some way, shape, or form, it's not always the gift that we feel like it's that necessarily embraced by the world as much, or it is maybe less like practical and you can't really use it, but then also it's a reason why you're drained. Like for example, when it comes to um I can use myself, for example. As since a young kid, I have, seen things, heard things, all of those, going through all the oceans of those emotions, being able to sense other people's emotions, energy in the room, having very intense dreams. I used to walk in my sleep, talk in my sleep. I still talk a lot, actually. But out of body experience, like a lot of things, right? Certain gifts, and maybe down the line now, here I am being able to sort of maybe channel it in such a way, but it's not something that has throughout my entire life been like always and only and purely be something that I've seen as positive. It's definitely been there, and some years more permanent than dominant than others. Um, but with age you learn how to like channel those talents and those things, right, in order to put it to use, and therefore it for the world to maybe embrace it in that way. That's what I'm sensing when it comes to something about this journey. That's why I went on and on about it, because it's a high priestess gift. It's a gift from that comes through the feminine, which comes from the soul. It's like that soul given gift. That's what I'm hearing. And therefore it's what makes you unique and what makes you you, and what and that's why only you can do certain things, and there's no other person that can maybe do it in the exact same way as you, because you're meant to do it. But I feel like it's something that you're like, ah, why do I get that? Why is that up to me? you know but I am sensing that there is a shift of energy that's happening, because it's the way that you view it, and therefore the way that the world responds to it. I always felt, for me, when it comes to the journey that I've been through, and I think that I'm still in some way, shape, or form on that journey, and I'm just using myself as an example. When I was like a lot younger, I used to completely keep those two things separate, like completely, from my personal life and the people that I spoke to every day, whatever. Like I used to keep all my spiritual side, like either connected to those people that I was connected to, but I wouldn't um, combine the two. It was two different, the two separate worlds basically, and it was something that I used to do. Like there was used to be these spiritual conventions and stuff, and it was very low key, because it was definitely not something from the mainstream like it maybe is right now. It was socially accepted back in those days, but it's something I needed to go to, I needed to do, I needed to like use that in order to like sometimes talk to somebody, help me like, you know, channel, like being able to sort of cope with all this energy that I was cultivating and channeling and everything I was seeing and hearing, and you know. And so I was just trying to find, you know, some answers, because there was, yeah, the internet wasn't all that back in those days. So the thing is that I was able to like keep it separate, and just, you know, I would used to go to that, but it's not like I take my friends or something with me, or those people weren't really like dealing with stuff like that at all. So it's just like being able to bring those worlds together, not feeling like you have to keep it hidden, not to feel like you have to keep it separate. That is something that at one point, like my life forced me, well, you know, the universe forced me to combine all the worlds together, and therefore was able to really outgrow another side of myself that needed to like calm down. And so now I'm capable, and I've been here, thank God, for a long time now, but I still remember the feeling on the other side of the scale, you know. um, that is part of the journey, but I had to learn how to embrace it. And part of the journey was that I wasn't naturally feeling compelled to combining two worlds. It was all about the separation that for me made sense. And I had to grow by learning. I was able to like embrace who I am, and you know what I do, by actually allowing those worlds to come together, you know. Yeah. And it's just with the Six of Wands, you understand that what kept you from doing those two things actually wasn't even really what was real, but it felt real and it seemed real. And maybe you were surrounded by certain people and groups that had a certain strong opinion, and therefore you started to believe that everything is just like that, and the entire world, you know, would respond that way. But it wasn't like that. It's the Queen of Wands. That's the beauty of it all. I love, you know, I don't know if you know, but I'm saying, I've said it a couple of times before, is that Queen of Wands is really one of my favorite queens. If you have to be a queen, you might as well be the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Cups, you know, of course. But when it comes to a Queen of Wands, see, I'm getting something I'm not going to say because it's an inside joke. See, it's like not forgetting from where she was from. It's despite of everything that she's went through and that she has and the story that she can tell. Therefore, it makes her a great leader, because she's not born into this leadership role. This is something that the people chose, that, you know, life just created her this throne, this perfect, unique throne for this, you know, for the group of people, in order to be an inspiration. Yes, he leads them by example, by life experience, not by what is, you know, he tells them to do and what you should be doing. It's just like, no, it's just like, oh, I resonate with that. That's like, you know, I went about it this way, and then this happened. So that's just what it is, and just sharing and being able to not to understand that you don't have to be perfect, that you can be a teacher and a leader and at the same time a student. And it's okay to be advanced in some stuff and be a beginner at another, and combine all of those things together. And what keeps us from actually achieving and cultivating that energy is the mind's, you know, the belief system, the stories we tell ourselves, and over and over and over. And then as if you tell yourself a story long enough, oh yeah, it will definitely become and feel real. Nine of Cups, Knight of Wands, beautiful. It's like I'm sensing, Candace, it's like you are saying yes to shit again. That word came out of nowhere. To stuff again. You're saying yes to life. Yes, yes, yes. New experience. Yes. Let's try this. Yes. Let's figure it out. Yes, I understand that it's difficult, but it's not impossible. So, yes, let's try it. Let's give it a go. Let's do it. Yes. Or, yes, you can leave. And, yes, I'm quitting my job. And, yes. So, it's like also, amen. Hell yeah. So, I love that. I love that energy. I'm going to get an oracle card for you. Let's see. All right. Quickly in between, Natasha, I'm seeing, thank you so much. I'm glad you're back. So I'm going to do your reading afterwards. Neelam is here. Let me see. I have one. Yeah, I think I could do one more. Neelam. I think I could do one more. Like I have Natasha after this one, and then I can do yours, and then that would be it. All right. Oh, yes, okay. I already have 2 cards down, by the way, for you, Natasha. I was waiting for you, but now I'm in Candace energy. Okay, can I get one more message for Candace, please? It says, again, it's the same card. Give to the mind, and it gives back. The mind, inspiration, mood, and cycle. That's the same card that came out for Jamie. Inspiration, mood, and cycle. Give to the mind, and it gives back. Beautiful. It's important what you feed your mind with, your mind's eye. Give to the mind, and it gives back to you. What you feed it will feed you. Goes both ways. Okay, one more. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more. No, wrong deck. Damn. They're rough tonight with me. Like, no. All right, what else coming through? Beautiful. Love this card. It says undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. And it is something that I believe to a deep part of my being. I resonate with this. Like, I don't know, it just rings true to me. It's like the love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. I really do believe that if we show up in situations with the right intention, regardless if we're met through, in that situation with the right intention, we're met back with that. It doesn't leave. It doesn't go unnoticed. It never does. It's like when we love and when we open up our hearts and we show up and we're vulnerable and we're allowing somebody come in. That is very powerful. It's vulnerability that is the most powerful energy. And when we do that and when we send love and when we show up from a pure place, not because we want to feel loved in return, because we're feeling a lack within ourselves. No, you just show up from that pure energy. No matter who you give that to, your time, love, energy, all of that, and you show up authentically and real, it doesn't go anywhere just because that person isn't ready to receive it and therefore not ready to return it. It doesn't get to keep it either. It just bounces off and it comes back to you through a different channel. It just does come back to you through a different channel, unless we become very closed off. Because when we're closed off, we're like, okay, I'm not giving anything anymore because I gave that and I showed up and I spent all this time and all this energy, and this person just like runs away or finds someone else or just like doesn't even appreciate me, and I'm closing up of the chest, the energy. And so that energy for that, it can't really come back to us either. Through different channels, through a person, might even end up in a conversation with, and they have a similar energy and like you really share, and therefore you connect in that way. Is to open up your heart and your energy for it to come back to you, because your intention with showing up with love is the pure intention. And that doesn't mean you have to continue to give to people who don't give back to you. But if you notice, like, hey, I showed up with this energy and I don't regret that. But when you continue to do it and then at one point continue to give more and more, but please open up, but please give it back to me, but please look, see how much I'm adding to your life, then the intention becomes a blockage. And there, because you continue to give to a situation where you've already noticed that it doesn't come back to you from that, through that channel. And you can keep on giving to that if you're capable of doing that with an open heart energy, but a lot of times it comes into an energy of desperation. But I've invested into you now, I've showed up now, and now I just need to give a little bit more, because then you even know more what I'm capable of, and all of that. So it is supernatural. It's a very, if you start to really look at it and think about it and talk about it and put it into words and stuff, then obviously you're like, oh, it makes sense to like not do that. But when you're in a situation, and it makes a lot of sense that you naturally might try and stay a little longer and go on a little longer, because you've been there for so long, because you invested so much, because at one point they maybe gave stuff to you. Yes, returned the favor, opened up, was able to receive it. But to leave a situation like that behind should always happen before the bitterness sets in. It's understanding that it will always come back to you. And therefore there's the healing as well. Because you should never feel like giving of yourself, not from a place of desperation, right? Like that ending of like, I just give a little bit more, and then I'll, like in the casino, I'll just do one more time. I'll just end one time, like, $10 more or 10, and then I'll get all my money back. And that's a lot of times how we go about life, and I get it. But look all around you. It's trying to come back to you through so many different channels, and shows you that there is a way. And you've opened up a road with sending the love into the universe like that, directed at maybe one person for some time. So that's an extra message that I wanted to give to you, Candace, and maybe someone else resonated with that. But yeah, just keep on keeping on, because it's like this yes energy with the Nine of Cups. Yeah, it's a yes card. It really is a strong yes card. And you have the Six of Wands here. It's just the mindset. Keep a close eye on the mindset. That air energy within you. Dominant. All right. All right, Natasha, I'm going to jump into your reading now. Oh, yes, quickly. All right, Neelam, thank you so much. I'll add your name to the list. It came in. Okay, this one is done. Now, Tasha and then Neelam. All right. Let's do this. Oh, thank you so much, Candace. I really appreciate that. I'm glad I was able to like come live. And like I said before, like I'm just open to channel whatever today. Definitely isn't your regular live stream. But that's what I just, I opened up myself to do whatever, whatever comes. I'm probably I'm gonna need like a rest after this one, but it's okay, it's worth it. So thank you so much. Let me see, Natasha, you're up next, and I already had 2 cards out for you, so I'm gonna like jump back into your energy. So you also want to just channel whatever. All right, the angels. Let me see. I'm curious about this one. All right. Love that. Here we have 2 cards already. They came out for you. I'll put them aside. It is the moon card and the potential and possibility. Future, highest self, quantum. Say, reach out to the potential that is calling for you. Look at that, and there you have, like, you know, the dogs or the wolves or whatever, and they're calling out to the full moon energy. And it's like the potential that is calling for you. So I'm seeing like there might be like some light, some ideas, some inspiration, some hint of just feeling. And sometimes it is really just the smallest light or push or pull that we're starting to feel within us, and it kind of grows more and more. It's like you feel this calling, but you don't know exactly. It's almost like it's still too far away for you to actually hear what it says, but you're hearing it. You can't ignore the sound. Like you can't ignore the fact that there is something calling out for you. All right, let's see. Anything that wants to come true for Natasha tonight? Cosmic Gateway. I am melancholy, like melancholic, melancholy. Energy is coming through, but it comes through the stomach. Is there some food that you miss? Some food that someone used to cook, or yeah, melancholy. Yes. Like that feeling of like, I just miss it. I know I can't go back, and I don't really want to go back, but sometimes I just miss this feeling, or sometimes I just miss this thing, or, you know. Oh, that's it, with the stomach. Because I felt this feeling with the stomach. But it's also this release. So yes, you are like, this cleanse energy is actually helping. But it also sometimes brings up gut feelings from the gut, you know. Stored information. Yes. I was feeling that. I almost feel like a little bit high. That energy. Oh, also, I don't know if you have like some tension in one of your legs, or like with your knee, or like, I don't know, it's just this stiffness in my leg all of a sudden that I'm sensing. I don't know, maybe it's, you know, when you sit too long, you know, sometimes you can't really, you know. Okay. It's bad. Yeah, it's just something with your knee. I don't. Oh, yes. I'm feeling like that tension pull in my knee. Oh, girl, it's the 30-year-old knees, the 40-year-old knees. One time I'm just gonna make a joke, because sometimes, you know, we need to lighten up the energy a little bit. But it's like, I saw this video and it was just really funny. I just wake up and I have like this pain in my arm. Like, what's wrong with my arm? You know, it's like someone was saying that. And it's like, you know, I just woke up. I didn't do anything. I just woke up. I slept, and I have like wake up with this pain. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with it. It's like, I believe he was 38. It's like, just my arm is like 38 like 38 years old. You know, that's wrong with the arm. It's 38, it's 93, it's 76. Can you imagine like having a car? It was like a certain age, like 40-year-old car, and like it won't be running like I used to run on its first day, you know. It's just that age, you know. And I was like, that, you know, makes sense. So it was funny, but you know, it's just that age, and that's why it sometimes just hurts, and that's okay, because it also served us for all those years, you know. All right. I keep on shuffling with this one, but there's nothing else that wants to come true, and I already have one card, so it's like, let's just one thing at a time. That's what I'm hearing, one thing at a time. As we speak, there are two. You see, like I got shocked because as we speak is a moment I felt this card weighs too heavy for the card, and then all of a sudden I felt another one behind it, but it came out of nowhere. So that's an energy that I'm sensing with this moon card already. It's like it comes out of nowhere. There's some additional thing. There's something extra. Like you think you're gonna get this, but then something else pops up. So there's this dual energy, you know. With the twins, it's like there's another one. Just saying. um, the commander comes in, a call to action: take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. Maybe that's why with the knee, like there's some level of resistance when it comes to that walk your talk. It came true with the white eagle. Beautiful, you know. Yes, exactly. Like I said with the twins. Wait, what? Two heartbeats. It always reminds me of that Friends episode where it's like, I just thought it was mine and the base. They actually have twins instead of one. Um, that was really funny. Okay, connect to your lineage. I'm sorry, I just need a moment because I'm way too much in my goofy energy. I understand like there's a little bit of vibe around it, but it's a bit serious. Okay, let's breathe. Okay, because he looks really serious at me. That's why instantly I was like, okay. No, it's that Capricorn, Cancer thing. It just happens. It just happens. Okay. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So you're taking charge to really decode some, breaking the patterns. And that's something by itself that I already, we spoke about before. It's like you really are trying to do it differently. You really are the first in your family and stuff to do a lot of things, and to lead by example. And that's so important. Like lead by example, by doing it, by embracing certain things, by just trying out. And therefore, like, there's always like sort of a trendsetter or someone, who's like, hey, it's interesting, let me just see if it's something for me and just try it out. And then it starts working, and then people are like noticing it. It's like, hey, you look different, like what's going on, like, it's like, no, I've been trying these this and that, and I just saw it online somewhere. I was like, give it a go, and actually it's really nice. And then the person is like, oh, let me try it then, because some people really just have this impulse with themselves, and then it's like, oh, I would like to try it, I'm just gonna give it a go. And then other people are like really closely in contact with people they know and they trust, and their opinion they want, and if it brings results for them, then they're ready to try something. And you're really more of like an example, like lead by example type of person. It's just the thing that you don't need them to follow you. You like to inspire people. You have no problem with like answering questions if they have questions about certain things, but at the same time you don't need them to follow you in order for you to have your pathway um, be granted as something that what you're supposed to be doing, and have it validated. Basically, is what I wanted to say. So that is the balance. And sometimes the world definitely will reflect it back to you, but there are also times where it's the complete opposite, and you have to just stand firmly and strong with 2 feet on the ground. Even though you're hanging off a cliff sometimes, when it comes to Capricorns, the mountain goats, and you're like, like looking at it, like he's gonna fall. There's no way like that goat isn't falling down from that mountain. Like get off the mountain, and they're like, what's wrong? Like what's going on? Like I'm balanced. I'm good. you know. Um. So some people sometimes may don't really understand why you would like to take this risk, or why you would do it in that way or whatever, but it's not for them to understand. It's just for you to sometimes, yeah, I have people say like, hey, that's actually a really good idea and I'm inspired by that, I'm also gonna try that, and you know, and so you get that validated back to you. And some people like, I would never do that, but like, good luck to you. And then you still have to stand as firmly into your decisions. One must go first, what I'm hearing. Okay, call to action, take charge, leave example, walk your talk. All right, I'm going to get a couple more cards out for you. Ooh, I love that. Look at that. Now I was reading a message and then I was like, oh yeah, of course you do. King of Swords. I was hearing something before I started this live stream. I said it might not make me rich, but it makes me wealthy. So that was an extra message, and I feel like I should, like, you know, connect it to yours as well. It's like it sometimes doesn't make you rich, but it makes you wealthy. And there's a difference between being, you know, rich and having things, and being wealthy. Wealth is in your health. Wealth is in the level of emotional connection to stuff and fulfillment, and mostly connection to purpose and passion and life source energy, and feeling a sense of, you know, I got to do this. I don't know, I just feel guided to do it. It's like, it's that purpose, sense of purpose, meaning, community, family, health, growth. And that is like, you know, wealth. And money is a tool. And so your sense of wealth and riches and things like that, and your practical, you know, earthly, like coins and all of that, comes through focusing on creating wealth in your life. You know, so for all of those things to become the focus, therefore you attract that money into your surrounding. That's something that I specifically am getting for you. Focusing on that wealth in your life. Beautiful. Okay. Well, I was like, when I say beautiful stuff, because I'm like, oh, I have such deep insights. So like, I'm saying it to basically what I'm channeling it from, and I'm just communicating it to that part. Sometimes I say it out loud, sometimes I don't. I sometimes say fascinating. I'm like, it's a level of communication over there. The King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Yes, it's where you pull that energy from, you know. Yeah. The thing is, there's nothing wrong with the way, how to put that. I'm gonna get a couple more cards because I just want to make sure that I have to double down on that one. Yeah. And then we get the 7 of Wands. Double down, literally. That's the definition of double something down. 7 of Wands. Okay. Love that. For you, here we go. The Hierophant. Traditions are traditions because they just make sense, and it brings about level of connection and community, and traditions are traditions, what I'm hearing. Some of them. Others keep a uninspiring spiral of energy active. And so true being open towards like the traditions and wanting to break barriers. It is not about just making sure you do everything differently than what you used to, everything differently than another person did. It's not about pushing and rebelling against what is. It's about understanding the that it's a fine line sometimes, and that it is about mixing it up. You know, if you don't like Christmas, why don't you like Christmas? What could you like personally change around it and add towards, you know, your traditions with Christmas? Because everybody's Christmas is different. Some people have like, we don't do Thanksgiving, we eat the turkey with Christmas. Like, who knows? Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, you know, it's create traditions, therefore brings about a new energy around those traditions, the conditions of the traditions. And there is a side of you who's super like rebellious and new and things, but there's also this really like traditional side of you. And either or can definitely dominate the energy, but it's not about letting them fight against each other. So how can we mend these things together? So it's like sometimes we are only capable of bringing about change in our life if we're completely trying to rebel against it, and therefore we want to create the opposite. But that is not the only way to create change in life. Sometimes we let go with love. When you're still, yeah, in love, and when you still love a person, but you also can look beyond and think, eventually, this and that is going to stand in the way. And then we're like 5 years down the line, and, you know, creating already that space now and before you might need it together. It's not necessarily saying that, oh, you look forward and like, oh, there might be the possibility to do this and do it from a place of fear. It's like, no, we don't have to necessarily, it doesn't always have to be either or. It can just coexist somewhere in the middle of it all. And that's what makes it special and unique and real and worthy. And that's something that I'm feeling like you're venturing on that journey, Natasha. That's something that I'm feeling. But it's a lot of like balancing, and like one day it's like, yes, I get it and it feels good and I'm great, and the next day it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like, yeah, I get it. Is it the right thing? Is it not the right thing? Of course, you know. That's really also what is going on right now for your collective. Page of Cups, love that. Yes, bring some things in, you know, some light-hearted energy. That will bring in, you know, freshness, newness. Knight of Cups, love that. And it soon will take you elsewhere. Look how quickly that goes from the Page of Cups. Ooh, that's definitely that energy again that comes up. And the Knight of Cups. So yeah. If you're not completely in alignment with one another or with something, you both have like a vision that goes the opposite ways, sometimes, you know, you just naturally grow out of each other, out, away from each other. Is the way to put it. The Empress, 10 of Swords, 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords, the Lovers. Yeah. You're not dimming your light to fit in. You're working on expressing yourself. You're not talking yourself back into a boat that you know is just, you know, not going anywhere. Just to be on the boat. Just to have a chance to like end up on the other side of the river. On the more peaceful side of the river. It's like you're focusing on investing in yourself, the way you show up, even if it's connected to a relationship, you're focusing on your part of the end of the deal, you know? How do you show up? How do you want to show up? How can you like invest into yourself where you feel more grounded into that energy? it's just working on that. And I'm seeing start to see the results coming in, and it's about the potential. I'm really seeing like your divine feminine energy is pushed into the back so far away. You do have a strong divine feminine energy, but it's almost like your masculine energy shows up first. And not because it's necessarily quicker, it's just like divine feminine has no interest in like, oh, okay, here comes divine masculine again. Well, I'll just sit this one out. I'll just watch from the back. I'll just take notes over here. Because when it's my time, I'm gonna just put everything back in place. But for now, I'm gonna just give the masculine a go at it. You know, so that's what I'm feeling. You're learning how to balance that out again. Very powerful. All right, I'm gonna stop now because I can definitely stay in this reading for another hour. Like, you already know how that goes. But I hope that there were some elements in here that like helpful and make sense. And I am gonna do my best for it to be uploaded so you can like rewatch it. Because it's like a lot of different things that is coming through. And I'm really like, I'm at Leslie's reading now. Oh, sorry, Leslie. Wow, that was weird. Neelam. Neelam's reading. That's the last one. And after it, I really need to get off because my energy is going down. I'm glad it was helpful for you, Natasha. You got this, though. You got this. To you too. Have a lovely weekend. Go do something fun. Go do something fun. Or plan something fun. Sometimes when you don't have any, you know, a time or space to do actually something, like plan it ahead. Something to look forward to. All right. Let me see, Neelam. Let me see if you left the question over there, or if you've already sent it to me. Oh, sí, 5 de Mayo. Love that. Vaina. Almost. Neelam, are you in the chat right now? Or what? I was supposed to check. Let me check real quick. Let me see. No. All right, Neelam, if you could send me your question, then I can like start your reading. Sometimes a little bit of a delay, but that's the last reading for tonight. And then I'm gonna head out and get some sleep. It might be daytime with you guys, but here it's nighttime. It's 12:30 a.m. Always when I like, I don't know, I'm in an interesting mood right now because I'll always like a lot of songs start to pop up for me in my mind right now. Drake song came true from like, I don't know, 2013 or something. All right, Neelam, I hope that you're still in the chat over here. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, and otherwise I'll sign out, and then I'll get in touch with you about how to get the reading to you. All right. Neelam, are you in the chat or no? Cause could you send me your question? Are you on the stream right now? Cause then I can like do your reading. Otherwise, I'm signing out. And like I said, I'll get in touch with you and I'll send you the options for the reading. Maybe that's a little loud. Right. I'm not getting anything, so I'm just gonna quickly refresh the stream. See if something is popping up. And then if not, then I'll get in touch with Neelam about her reading. All right. Well, Neelam, if you're listening to this but you can't send me any messages, I'll get in touch with you about your reading. We'll make it work. Don't worry. I always do. Sometimes I'll save the name for the next live stream. Sometimes I record it personally and I send it out that way. But thank you everybody for tuning in. This was really a very interesting stream. It was a lot of channeling, as I already prevented, like, I already, my brain is like really stopped working right now. I already felt that one coming, but I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for just being open for it coming, as a May. Thank you for the people who got a personal reading. It's really one of my favorite things to do about my job. Like I love doing the personals on the live stream. And I'll just, I'll be back soon. This was just a check-in for May. So the pick a card reading is right at the beginning of the stream. I'll try and like make sure that it's uploaded so you guys can rewatch that if you haven't seen that part of the reading. I just want to thank you guys. I am really slowly but surely, coming back to my channel. I'm working on new ways of getting messages to you guys and for it to just, new and approved. Keep on updating and upgrading the energies here. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for always showing up and being here and just, I love you guys. So thank you and have a beautiful weekend and I'll be back soon, I promise. Mwah. Bye guys. Bye. One sec. Bye.